So I've been running the Wave 1 PTU 3.18 for a little while now, and I've been doing much the same for a large chunk of that time, scraping hulls and playing around with cargo with the physicalization of that cargo. But in the last 12 hours, I've been playing around with a facet of the game that I haven't delved into too deeply when it doesn't involve methods of making easy money, and that's the FPS side, the run and gun, the boots on the ground. And I've got to say, with some recent additions and updates, 3.18 is looking to make me less of a spaceman and more of a space marine, or at least, gun for hire. Citizens, my name's Beard of Oz, and today I'll be touching on 2 new additions to the Star Citizens job board. I'll show you some of my time engaging in these activities and why I think I'll be doing a lot more of it when 3.18 hits live. Let's dive in. I've always liked that Star Citizen is a relatively seamless mesh of FPS and space pew-pew. It's one of the main reasons I keep being drawn back. And while the FPS gameplay may not be as detailed or nuanced as dedicated shooters, it certainly isn't terrible, desync not included. But it's only ever been a means to an end for me, be it walking from ship to terminal to buy and sell or to delve into a cave for gems and loot. And sure, I'll shoot a Ninetales in the face if I have to, but it was always in a bunker and felt a little too disconnected. But with the addition of Planetary Nav Mesh, CIG sought to change that by having those naughty pirates and criminals stand on the planet or moon's surface, not just inside a bunker or ship. It was pretty cool, but they mostly stood there and half the time you didn't need to shoot them. Well, now you do, but more on that in a bit. The other cool factor that draws into my point is the Siege of Orison, the dynamic event FPS stomping ground that saw droves of players catching trams to some new platforms added to the city and the clouds. It played a part in the server population cap being bumped to 100 and saw teamwork being genuinely beneficial in ground combat. And so it's these 2 things that have been utilized for 2 rather simple missions that has me flying about the place to deliver justice to some very bad people. In the Crusader jurisdiction, gaining your security clearance for missions will give you access to the Repel Raid on Orison mission. It pays 20,000 credits, so it's not a huge incentive, but the thought of returning to those floating platforms of death and mayhem without 40 other lagging citizens had me hitting accept in a heartbeat. I geared up, caught the tram from the rooftop of the Crusader showroom and set out. It was a long ride, but finally, I'd made it. But I was at the wrong platform, so off to the next tram I went after taking some gear from the dead security, of course. And when I got there, I ran some more. Then I found a buggy and drove. This was cool. Then I got to the building, started shooting. And it turns out when there are only 7 players on a server and no other citizens nearby, AI can shoot. And take 2. Determined to not run for 15 minutes again, I decided I'd test to see if I could fly to the platform. I could. Apparently having a mission here is similar to the bunker missions and means you can safely approach and land. But I had a bone to pick, and Drake firepower at my fingertips. Once I was done with that, I disembarked, re-geared, and headed in for more FPS goodness. Once again, the overwhelming superiority of the enemy tactics and firepower took me down. I'm not very good at combat, as you can see. So I headed back, exacted my revenge, and returned a glorious hero. I ran this mission a couple of times more, some successful, others not, for various reasons. After a reset, I needed to raise my reputation rank to gain the missions again, and while doing a bunker I found the holy grail of guns in Star Citizen, the Bearing Sniper Rifle, the P6LR. Then I remembered a mission I'd seen pop up a while ago while running bounties. The execution missions. These go by different names in the 4 sectors, but they're all bounty and security tied. Complete the introduction bounty mission in a sector to gain access to it, and you'll find it in your personal mission tab under Mercenary. It pays 15k, so nothing huge, but it's an opportunity for fun. And all of this thanks to the Planetary Nav Mesh I was telling you about. This isn't in a bunker or a cave, this is out in the open. At a crashed ship, usually a caterpillar. That's right. A target. On foot. Out in the open. Just standing there. Sure, you can shoot him with your ship. Launch a missile at him and his crew. Or you can activate sniper mode. Honestly, it's the most fun for such a small monetary payoff. I haven't found a railgun in the PTU yet, but you know I'm gonna take it along as soon as I do when I find one. And there you have it, just a little update on what I've been doing in the PTU of late. A little taste of things to come for you to get excited for when it goes to the open PTU and then again to the live. If you've seen something you enjoyed or you learned something new, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. As always, citizens, stay safe in the verse, and I will catch you all next time.